Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening Show. And yes, I know on Saturday normally late night, but even though I'm a bit sick today, I just wanted to come and do this cricket show. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, in this particular cricket show, this on a Saturday, well, the one thing that I would like to start off with, Australia are absolutely in a very commanding position. In fact, they are on the box seat right now as far as the second test match goes, and they are definitely seeking revenge here for the first test match loss that they suffered at the hands of England in this Investec Test Ashes series. And well, Australia are, as I said, absolutely on a roll. Today they bowled out the Englishmen for 200 and 312 runs, and then took a 254 runs lead. And look at the score that they put on the board today at close of play. Without losing a wicket, Australia had scored 108 for no loss, and today was the third day, and Australia were leading by 362 runs going into day 4 with all the 10 wickets in hand. So that really says England would be definitely set a target of probably 500 runs to win the match, because there are 2 full days left. So that is going to be very interesting. So Australia sitting pretty, nothing to worry about for them. But England are the ones who have to worry about everything now, whether they can stop Australia from seeking revenge in the second test match. And then the other thing that I'm going to look at today is there was, as you know, the other day I was talking to you about Papua New Guinea in the ICC T20 qualifiers, which is happening. And the ICC T20 qualifiers today, Scotland became the first team to book their spot in the ICC World T20 2016 to be played in India. Nepal was the country which was eliminated, as Jersey picked up their second win today as they eliminated Nepal from the competition. And the thing that I'm going to talk about is a match where Ireland the other day lost to Papua New Guinea, as you would remember. Now Ireland are the ones who are really coming under the hammer in this ICC World 2000 qualifiers 2015. The reason being, Ireland have been having a very clean track record, have really got some, I would say, they have blotted their record here, because first they lost to Papua New Guinea, and today, in fact yesterday, they lost to Hong Kong, who actually beat them. So I'll be just talking about this match, and then have a very brief look at 2 matches which are coming up tomorrow. One is the third one-day international between Sri Lanka and Pakistan, and the series is really getting very exciting, this one-day series. Both are locked at 1-1. And India-Zimbabwe, where Zimbabwe have one final chance tomorrow to salvage something for themselves in this Indian tour of Zimbabwe, where India has won all the matches that they have played against Zimbabwe. First the one-day internationals, and then the first T20. Whether the second T20, that's one last chance that Zimbabwe will be getting tomorrow to actually stop India in their tracks and probably pull off a win. So that is something is to be looked at. But first and foremost, let me start off with the Australia versus England, the third day's play. But not on the third day's play, because as you know, I have to really tell you what happened on the second day. Well, on the second day, it was a story where first Australia declared the innings closed at 566 for 8, with Stuart Broad getting 4 wickets for 83 runs. And yesterday England were really put under some severe pressure, for Adam Blake was out for naught. After that we saw Johnson plucking the stumps of Gary Balance, and Johnson was really bowling in a very fiery manner, as Johnson picked up and Bell was picked up by Josh Hazlewood, as he had his stump shattered there. And then Joe Root was caught by Neville behind the sticks of the bowling of Johnson for 1. And then Alistair Cook was the captain, who really stood the test, in the sense that England were in real strife at 30 for 4, facing an imposing 566. And 30 for 4, it looked like England were definitely struggling, but out came a beautiful partnership between Alistair Cook. Alistair Cook, as you know, He's the one who really likes to grind the attack. And what a knock from Alistair Cook. One has to really credit Alistair Cook for really playing a very, very good knock there. And the partnership with Ben Stokes. Ben Stokes, well, he's an aggressive bloke, as we all know, and he was the one who was not really overwhelmed by the situation, and he continued to play his strokes. He also hit a 6-2, and this partnership between Alistair Cook and Ben Stokes had taken them to safety at close of play yesterday, and they had put up a very, very good partnership. Today, the partnership resumed, and Ben Stokes, well, as I said, he continued to play his strokes. He was looking very good. Alistair Cook also did what he was doing yesterday, and always looking out for the loosest of opportunities. And then finally, this partnership today came to an end when 145 runs were added for the fifth wicket between Ben Stokes and Alistair Cook, when it was Ben Stokes who actually was clean bowled by Mitchell Marsh for 87 with 13 fours and 1 6. Alistair Cook also was a victim of the bowling of Mitchell Marsh, but Alistair Cook was still there with Butler, and then they lost Butler to the Nathan Lyons bowling for 13 with 3 boundaries. But Alistair Cook definitely the English captain deserved a century there. Very unfortunate that he was dismissed for 96 with 13 boundaries. And Moeen Ali, well, Moeen Ali really started playing his strokes in his own manner, as he made 39 with 5 fours and 1 6, and Broad contributed 21 with 1 4. Mark Wood was bowled by Hazelwood for 4, and England were bowled out for 312, thus conceding a lead of 254 runs to Australia. And Australia also did not enforce the follow on. They decided not to enforce the follow on. Now, looking at the bowling figures, Mitchell Starc 1 for 86, but Josh Hazelwood bowled superbly, 22 overs, 2 maidens, 68 runs and 3 wickets. Mitchell Johnson 21.1 overs, 8 maidens, 53 runs and 3 wickets. But it was good to see that Mitchell Johnson is slowly hitting his straps here. Nathan Lyons 16 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 53. Marsh looked very impressive in his bowling, 8 overs, 3 maidens, 23 runs and 2 wickets. And Steven Smith 2 overs for 9 runs. Now it was Australia, as I said, was in the driver's seat, 254 runs ahead, and they started their second innings. And the second innings, once again, the opening start was a very good start between Chris Rogers and David Warner, as they added 108 runs for the first wicket. But today it was the other way around. The other day we saw that it was Chris Rogers who had taken the mantle of scoring, but today it was David Warner who was stroking the ball fluently and freely, and he collected an unbeaten 60 which had 10 fours written on it, and Chris Rogers had an unbeaten 44 to his credit with 5 boundaries, and Australia closed the day at 108 for no loss, thus leading by 362 runs. As I said, the match is absolutely in Australia's grasp now. They are, I would say that they are all definitely on the verge of actually making it, in the sense leveling the series 1-1. But again, this is cricket, you never know. So one has to see how the pitch behaves on the 4th and 5th day. But time is, there's a lot of time left for Australia to bowl out England, and England have to really play some great cricket, because I'm sure tomorrow we'll see Australia coming in showing some real aggression against the England pace bowlers in the morning. I'm sure about that. So one is going to see a lot of runs coming in, and probably England should be visualizing that they would be chasing a 500 runs target against Australia in the second test match. Now the bowling, well, James Anderson 4 overs, none for 21. Broad bowled 4 overs, 2 maidens, none for 10. He bowled well. Moeen Ali 7 overs, none for 21. Mark Wood 6 overs, 2 maidens, none for 23. Ben Stokes bowled 3 overs for 20, and Joe Root 2 overs, no maiden, none for 9. But the task is really cut out for England. They have to put up a much better display, even though England clawed back, I thought, with that partnership between Alistair Cook and Stokes. But well, they have to definitely do much more than that tomorrow, and it will be. And I think we are going to have an interesting day coming up as far as the fourth day of the Investec second Ashes Test match is concerned. So that is something that I'll be talking to you about it tomorrow. That will be the 4 days play. Well, now the next thing that I'm going to talk about, as I said, we are talking about the ICC World T20 qualifiers, which is happening in Scotland and Ireland, and what a sad scene, I would say, for Ireland in their home country. It was played at Village Malahide in Dublin, and yesterday was the match between Ireland and Hong Kong. Ireland, as you know, they have such a strong record, and here they are losing to Hong Kong. They lost to Hong Kong yesterday. Even though Hong Kong did not put a very good score on the board, they only put 129 for 8 of their 20 overs, with Anshuman Rath making 22 of 35 balls with 3 fours, 25 from Nizakat Khan of 21 balls with 1 4 and 2 sixes, and also Chapman made 30 of 24 balls with 5 fours, and Tanveer Afzal pasting 18 of 15 with 1 6. 129 for 8, and one thought that Ireland would very easily usurp that total. Cusack 4 overs none for 26, 2 wickets apiece for Mooney and Dockrell, 1 to Kevin O'Brien, 3 wickets for 32 for Kevin O'Brien, and 1 for Craig Young. So Ireland, this was their second reverse in this ICC World T20 qualifiers 2015. Now Ireland innings, well, if you see, they have a wealth of batting talent, and they really couldn't do. In fact, what was very good about this particular performance from the Hong Kong team against Ireland was the bowling. Look at the bowling. Tanveer Afzal. One can understand if Ireland has played Ireland were chasing 130 runs to win the match, and they are playing their full 20 overs, and Hong Kong, I would say, they have done excellently. One could have understood if Ireland would have been bowled out, but if you look at the score here, Ireland finished at 124 for 8. So this means Hong Kong has bowled so well that they actually restricted Ireland to a total of 124 for 8. So that really says a lot about these Hong Kong bowlers, and especially the player of the match was Irfan Ahmed, who bowled superbly. In fact, he bowled 4 overs, no maidens, 11 runs, and he took 3 wickets. So that was something pretty sharp there. And then the pace bowling of Tanveer Afzal. Look at the bowling analysis of this bowler Tanveer Afzal. 4 overs, 1 maiden, none for 9. That's splendid bowling. Nasib Amjad was costly, 2 for 40. Aizaz Khan 1 for 29. Nizakat Khan 4 overs, none for 17, also bowled well. Irfan Ahmed 4 overs, no maiden, 11 runs and 3 wickets. They throttled the Ireland batting. 2 overs for 15 for Nadim Ahmed. Even with the likes of Kevin O'Brien in the team, yes, they didn't have the brother of Kevin O'Brien, Niall O'Brien in the team. One can understand that, but again, there are no excuses. To restrict a team of the caliber of Ireland to 124 for 8, chasing 130, is absolutely commendable. So Hong Kong are also someone who, as you would remember, they played in the ICC. They played in the ICC matches, as you would remember. And one thing that I would like to say here, Ireland, with such very good batting talent, they still couldn't do that. Balbirnie made 9 of 10 balls, 2 4. Sterling contributed 34, so that was the only good partnership that happened after Balbirnie's wicket was gone. It was Peter Sterling and Porterfield, the captain, making 34 and 28 respectively. Other than that, Kevin O'Brien was run out for 5. Wilson made only 16. Pointer 7. Thompson duck. Mooney was not out on 18, but Mooney did his best. Mooney tried what he could, but as I said, the bowling was absolutely on the mark, and Mooney, even though he managed to hit a 4 and a 6, still he couldn't take his team home. Dockrell was out for naught, and 124 for 8. Ireland were restricted, and Hong Kong actually went over Ireland, and this was the second upset of the tournament, according to me. The first upset was, and both the upsets that happened, the victim has been Ireland. Ireland lost first to Papua New Guinea, and now they have lost to Hong Kong. So Ireland have to definitely pull up their socks as quickly as possible. They know that Scotland have today qualified for the ICC. It has become the first team to qualify for the ICC World T20 tournament in 2016, which is going to be played in India. And also, as I said, Nepal has been thrown out of the tournament. Nepal, as you know, they have been led by the Sri Lankan coach Pubudu Dasanaike. As you would all remember, Pubudu Dasanaike was the coach of the Canadian cricket team once upon a time, and now he's coaching Nepal. But Nepal, probably one has to really feel for Nepal, because Nepal had some lot of natural disasters striking them, and they lost a lot of lives there. So one really feels for them. Probably Nepal will do some. I'm sure this is something which is sad for Nepal, but I'm sure the situation was very tough for them. They had to go and have some training in India. I mean, they had to because the pitches were all destroyed, and they had to get some match practice in India. And the Indian government was the Indian Cricket Board was very kind to allow them to practice there. But one can understand that. One only hopes that Nepal really recovers from this and come back in a much stronger manner. But definitely they have been eliminated, so they won't be able to book a ticket for the 2016 T20 tournament in India, unfortunately. So that is something. Other than that, I talked about Scotland, so Ireland would be thinking that they could do something. Now Ireland probably will be under a lot of pressure, and especially considering that these matches are being played in their home territory, it is all the more all the more sad for them that they have lost 2 matches now in a row. Well, the other thing that I would like to talk about tomorrow, as I said, Zimbabwe getting one last chance to actually win at least a match against India, because India have been winning all the matches that they've played against Ireland on this tour of Zimbabwe, even though they come up with a second string team. But one thing for Zimbabwe, well, they're getting the starts. They have some good batting. Chamu Chibaba has proved himself. Hamilton Masakaja is a good player. Coventry has not really clicked, so that is something that Zimbabwe will be hoping. Elton Chigumbura, we all know what he's capable of. The bowling has not been really coming very good. It will be interesting to see whether they make any bowling changes tomorrow, whether we see some bowling changes, in the sense one has to wait and watch what Zimbabwe does. As far as India are concerned, Ambati Rayudu, who played so well in the one-day internationals, as you know, he was the player of the series too, as you would remember, and unfortunately he is out. Sanju Samson from Kerala has been flown in. Whether Sanju Samson would be given the nod tomorrow, and whether Sandeep Sharma would still play, even though I would rather say that Sandeep Sharma should still play, because that was early days for him. I'm sure he would have learnt a lot from this experience that he had, where he bowled 3 overs and leaked 34 runs, and I think he can only get better as a bowler, probably a sign of some nerves as he was playing his first international match, and I'm sure we will see Sandeep Sharma coming in a much stronger manner, and one hopes to see that. So Sanju Samson, it will be good to see Sanju Samson playing for India as a wicketkeeper batsman. That is one thing. And as far as Pakistan and Sri Lanka are concerned, tomorrow is the 3rd one-day international. As you know, Pakistan and Sri Lanka have been really locking horns in a nice manner, where first the one-day international series, the test series went off in a very nice manner, and now even the one-day international series is getting as exciting as it can be, and both the teams are looking good and strong. So it would be interesting to see how both the teams play in the 3rd one-day international, which is coming up tomorrow. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I think that really is going to bring an end to this Cricket Happening show of mine, as usual, and hope to see you all tomorrow on my next Cricket Happening show. Until then, it's Ram saying goodbye to you all. Thank you.